He normally never Skypes righty, but tonight, and for one night only, it's Mr. Piers Morgan. All right, Piers. We've got Rio and Righty in the studio.
Well, one of my favourite people.
And your nemesis.
Yeah, don't worry, Rio. Listen, I actually like Rio, but I particularly liked him when his career fell flat on his face at United. So nice to see you again, mate.
Piers, Wenger in, Wenger out. Simple as that. Where are you?
Well, look, Arsene Wenger's been saying for 10 years that we're going to win the title. But it's been 10 years, and we've now made the worst start to the Premier League in his entire 18-year tenure. So forgive me if I take his latest promise as just yet more jam tomorrow that we never actually get to eat. Now, let's be reasonable about Wenger, right? He is indisputably one of the great Arsenal managers ever, if not the greatest, right? It's a debatable point, but he's been brilliant. In the first 8 years, he was magnificent, and nobody can take that away from him. But you've got to be realistic about Arsenal's performance in the last 10 years. We have won one trophy, an FA Cup, which with the best will in the world is no longer a major trophy in British football because most of the top teams don't play their best teams in that competition. And without that, he would have nothing in 10 years. Now, there isn't a manager of a top 4 team anywhere in world football who would have survived 10 years with the record that Wenger's had in the last decade. And that's the yardstick we should be using. Arsenal, as Righty will know, because he played through some brilliant years for us, was supposed to be a big club. Was supposed to be a club that challenges for the title. Well, let's be realistic. We are 7th in the Premier League right now. We are 13 points behind Chelsea, so they're out of sight. And if we lose tonight, we get 9 points behind Southampton. Now, at what point does common sense dictate that it may be time for a change?
Piers, I was going to say, what do you think about the banner when you saw the banner? It made me feel quite uncomfortable, just because of what you said about Wenger and how much we love him and that. What do you think about the banner, about Arsenal and Arsene leaving?
I thought it was a tipping point. I thought it showed me that the Arsenal away fans, who are incredibly dedicated, they travel through thick and thin, through rain and snow to follow this team, that a large number of those away fans, who are the most die-hard gooners of them all, have lost patience. And I don't like it for one reason. I don't like to see Arsene Wenger's legacy ending in a scrap heap. I would like him to go when we still can say thank you for the amazing stuff you did for us. But I just can't see us winning the league. If Mourinho stays at Chelsea, Arsene Wenger has never beaten Mourinho in 12 attempts. I don't see him beating him next year or the year after. Mourinho is younger, hungrier. He's a winner. He doesn't settle for second place, let alone 4th. And he would never, ever characterise success as qualifying for the Champions League. From the moment Arsene Wenger did that, everything changed at Arsenal.
The thing is with Piers,
the old Wenger would have said, we are here to win. Coming second is...
Just fall asleep. Jesus. No, you know, the thing is, the difference is, I think here that he's got to change with the Emirates. At Highbury, if you went to Highbury and played against Arsenal, there was a fear factor. The Emirates hasn't really got that when you're talking about the top 4 to 6 teams. I don't think the top 4 to 6 teams come here.
We haven't got the players. I mean, I talked to your great colleague Paul Scholes, who, funny enough, I was doing a piece when I last appeared on this very show, and I said to him, when you look at the Arsenal squad now, what do you feel? And he said, look, honestly, they just look weak. He hadn't used a word I will not use again on public television, but he meant that compared to the times when he got in the tunnel and looked over and saw Adams, Keown, Vieira, even Bergkamp used to put the boot in, Omri, Lundberg, Parler, Bold, and so you go on and on. Edu, Petit, and everyone.
Them days have gone, Piers. Them days have gone, mate. Come on. Move on.
Look at that team now.
The game's changed, mate.
No, we changed. The game didn't change. If you look at that Chelsea team, half of them would punch your lights out. Metaphorically speaking, in terms of footballing strength and power, Arsene Wenger won all his trophies at Arsenal with tall, powerful teams of aggressive footballers who played at pace, one touch, moving on the break. We now have a team that basically would do well in Lilliputian. Right? Average height about 5'8". None of them I would fancy in a scrap against Roy Keane or Scholes, or even your good self, Rio. And we can't get away from the reality that's in front of us. Now, Wenger's bought some good players. I'm a big fan of Ozil. Hasn't quite come good yet. He's been racked by injury, but I still think he's a world-class player. I think Sanchez is fantastic. And I actually think Welbeck was, for 16 million, a good buy. But are we going to win the league against the kind of manager that Mourinho is? No, we're not. And I think that Wenger's saying this for one reason. It's the worst start we've ever made. There's huge heat on him. The Gooners, the away visiting Gooners, I've had enough. And he's saying, I need to buy myself some time. I don't think he should get that time.